North Koreans attempted to test fire a missile, but it exploded during launch. A high-profile failure, yes, but a serious provocation nonetheless. The missile test came hours before Vice President Mike Pence landed in South Korea to discuss the problems on the peninsula.
Now, the stakes are very high. In our own show, of course, an American U.S. aircraft carrier is heading towards North Korea right now. And we have just learned from the White House that this missile did not have the capabilities of hitting the United States. So what's next? How does the United States respond?
The normally outspoken President Trump keeping mum thus far on this latest development. We've got team coverage this morning, and we're going to start here with ABC's chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, who's in Seoul, South Korea. Martha, good morning.
Good morning, Dan and Paulo. The botched launch is an embarrassing misstep for North Korea after weeks of tension between the Trump administration and Pyongyang. And it comes just as Vice President Pence begins a trip to Asia with a stop here in Seoul. Tension on the Korean peninsula this morning after that failed missile launch by North Korea. U.S. commanders say after the missile lifted off near Sinpo, it blew up almost immediately. Vice President Mike Pence briefed aboard Air Force Two en route to Seoul.
This morning's provocation from the north is just the latest reminder of the risks each one of you face every day.
At Osan Air Base outside Seoul,
this is your third set of blast doors here.
I had an exclusive look at the warfighting and defense operations near the most militarized border in the world.
But this shows you just what the threat level is here.
Yes, ma'am, we live with it every day.
So you'd say the threat is pretty real?
It's very real.
We saw up close Patriot missile batteries, a missile defense system guarding against an attack from North Korea.
Basically what a Patriot does is it determines an inbound threat missile. We fire a Patriot missile at it, and it's a bullet-on-bullet scenario where the Patriot missile hits the threat missile and destroys it.
The South Korean government calling the failed launch, along with the weekend's parade in Pyongyang, a show of force that threatens the whole world, and warning any further nuclear tests or provocations would result in strong punitive measures, unbearable by the North Korean regime. The White House said overnight only that President Trump had been briefed on the failed launch and that he would have no further comment. That terse statement, perhaps a deliberate move to deny Kim Jong-un the kind of attention he clearly craves. Dan and Paula.
All right, Martha, thank you. And make sure you stay tuned to ABC later this morning because Martha will be hosting a special edition of This Week from Seoul. She'll be speaking with NSA Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, along with the former U.S. Ambassador to South Korea, Christopher Hill. Again, that's all coming up on This Week a little bit later.